What's up, guys? Welcome to the eSports Report. I'm Chris Puckett, joined by Revan. And Revan, it's been a while, man.
It's been quite some time since I've been in this chair.
You've been a pretty busy man, school and whatnot. So tell me a little bit, what have you been up to in the last 6 months?
So if you guys don't know, as Puckett just said, I've been going back to school. I took pretty much close to a year off of school. I'm transferring to a university, Stony Brook, that's right near my house. I major in chemistry, so I'm doing a lot with that. Also, I'm part of Curse Management. I work directly with the players. I help them upload YouTube content, come up with different ideas to upload. So I've been real busy with all that.
I like it. So you're still in the scene. Are you still gaming these days?
Yeah, I play a lot of this game called RuneScape. I've been playing a lot of that. It's a game I played a lot as during childhood, and they recently released the free-to-play version, and I've been in love with that game for a few weeks now.
Well, you were whooping my ass in some Call of Duty earlier today. We won't show any of that footage, Ron. But today, pretty busy week, actually. We are preparing for the Xgames. The Xgames is coming up June 6th through the 8th in Austin, Texas. I wanted to have Revan in-house because, Revan, you're basically our New York expert. When it comes to playing against these pros, you've done it against everyone in the scene. You know how these guys play, and you can break down the strengths and the weaknesses of the teams. We're starting with the lowest seeds, working our way up to the highest seeds. Today, we're going to be covering Strictly Business and Curse Orange, our teams that are coming in with the 8th and 7th seed. And we got to talk first about this Strictly Business squad. Now, these guys, of course, are in the Call of Duty MLG Season 2. And you can see them here. Stainville, Spacely, John. Normally they play with Methods, but Methods is too young for the X Games. They're going to be playing with Fizzer. Now, just kind of going back in history with Strictly Business, this is a team that kind of started 2013, at least the organization did. They started sponsoring some players and getting this crew to different tournaments. And talk to me a little bit about the success of the organization in general.
Well, the first big event we saw these guys at was at MLG Columbus. They got 8th place. That was back when it was Apathy, Censor, Too Quick, and Fears. Then they made a couple roster changes, and then the roster you guys should know the most about would be Apathy, Censor, Dito, and Saints. They won the U.S. Regional Championship and then went on to the Call of Duty Championships and placed 4th. So they have a lot of history, a lot of, experience with all these talented players, but coming into this event, it's a fresh new roster for these guys.
And we have had a small sample of everyone but Fizzer. Of course, Methods on the squad when they played in Niagara. This team went all the way to the winners bracket semifinals against Envy. Envy beat them in Game 5 there, but they finished top 6. So as an org, Strictly Business never finishing out of the top 8. Not many organizations can say that.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that's just such a great thing to do if you're trying to pitch that to sponsors as well, saying, hey, we're pretty much guarantee a top 8 placing, which is a whole lot of exposure.
So I got to get some input from you. Let's take a look at this Strictly Business squad. Talk to me about each guy on the roster. Let's start it off with, let's talk Stainville first.
Well, I mean, Stainville, this guy's been around the Call of Duty scene for just about forever, playing since Call of Duty 4. He has a whole lot of second-place finishes, still yet to get that first-place finish on LAN, but this guy, he's a phenomenal assault rifle player. You see his stats on your screen there. At the U.S. Regional Championship, he had an overall KD ratio of 0.97, 3 blitz caps per game, 3.8 dom cats per game, and for kills, he averaged 19.5, and for Search and Destroy, 0.96, but it seems like Search and Destroy is one of his weaker game modes.
His weaker game mode. What would you say Stainville's strength is in general Call of Duty?
Oh, it definitely is assault rifle positioning play. He's always been that type of player to post up in the power position, use that assault rifle shot to his advantage, and just mow down the other team.
Now, Spacely is the objective player on the team, where Stainville's going to be covering this guy quite a bit. Talk to me about young Mike Schmall.
You know, Spacely, he's not the guy that you pick up to put up an insane amount of kills on the board. He's the guy you pick up to get the dirty work done. He's not afraid to take a hit in his KD ratio if it means getting the win for his team. He averages 4.5 dom caps per game at Niagara. He averaged 4.75 caps and blitz at Niagara, and his league stats are very similar to those of that on LAN, so he's very consistent in the objective column.
Now, we'll talk about Fizzer a little bit later in the show, but let's talk about the other core member of this squad. We have Jonathan Perez, who goes simply by John.
This guy is just a beast. I mean, he's been on some of the best teams in the game. I remember when he was first coming up in the scene in 2011, and he just never placed outside the top 4. Then he went on to be on Epsilon at UMG Atlanta. we haven't seen that much of John this year just because he's been too young to compete in some of the previous tournaments. Finally, he's old enough to compete at the X Games. We're going to see him here, and this guy is just a beast. He has the ability to take over a game all by himself, and he's just known for his raw talent and slaying ability.
John was one of my favorite guys to watch back when he was on Denial at UMG Philly. Unfortunately, he was too young for COD Champs, as you mentioned, so wasn't able to attend. In fact, wasn't able to really play with any top teams for a while. He just basically sat back, played some game battles.
Yeah, I think for a moment of time in his life, he was just living in the Denial house. He couldn't play in any of the tournaments. He wasn't, he wasn't old enough, as we were just saying. So he was just in the Denial house playing with those guys and learning more about the game.
Well, now he is 17 years old. That is the cutoff for X Games. He will be attending the first ever esports competition held at the X Games. Once again, guys, that is coming up June 6th through the 8th. But before we talk more about this squad, I want to give people a little sample of the gameplay. This is the Core 3 playing with Methods, their original 4th, from UGC Niagara. We're going to be taking a look at a few different game modes, starting with Domination. And Dom has been one of their better game modes if you look at their COD League records. Let's take a look at some of the action. This is actually against one of the best teams in the world, Envy, the runners-up at the COD Championships. This was UGC Niagara Winners Semifinals, game number 1.
Getting turned on is quite embarrassing at times. That is 2 down for SB. It looks like they are 2-hopping this B flag. They should be able to get his grenades come in. And that was Methods, I think.
Oh, Methods.
Methods just went nuts.
That third kill he got was crazy. And he's yelling very loudly right
he
now.
was hyped. Last night is when they kind of did the beginning of the series with XG and weren't able to finish it. And he was nuts. He was on his feet, going crazy. And he's an incredible young player. What is he, 17, 16, something like that?
I don't know.
This is some young age.
I could not tell you his age, but he's young. And
show us your license, which he doesn't have.
He made the comment of saying that, if he was 18, we wouldn't have a championship, a world championship. And you know what? I kind of agree with that. No, I'm just kidding. No, Methods.
that sounds like something Methods would
is really good, though. Like, for those of you guys who don't know, Methods beat us at UMG Chicago in the first round. And this event does feel like UMG Chicago back in 2012.
Everyone I go to in SB is just getting mollywopped right now, as Envy did have 4 down there.
I don't know about Strike Zone, though. Strike Zone, I don't know. Europeans use it on Strike Zone, and Europeans are
Some Europeans also play like 15 sensitivity.
Yeah, they're kind of funky. They got.
That's right, Mad Cat.
They got some spunk in them, especially that guy Mad Cat, man.
Yeah, never can have too much spunk there for the foreign players.
That's an awesome word. Huh?
Fantastic word. As we're on board with Study here, he is going to get taken out. Everyone I'm hopping toward. Envy is just getting demolished. His Nameless is going to be the last one alive. We are under the last minute here. It is a 12-point lead currently for SB. Just looking over the kills here. Methods getting it done at 11 and 9 with 2 caps. But no one really going crazy. I mean, just looking across here, I think the biggest KD is 1 right now. And I'll switch over.
They need to stay C.
I'll go down to the fight at C here.
That's a big win. Oh, they're going to end up getting C because of that. That first gunfight is everything.
So he will get this locked down.
They won't get it.
But
this guy's going to die. Yep. This guy will probably
actually... a little help,
Oh,
though.
yeah. See, Merc is using Reflex Trophy with Semtech. See, that, I honestly I don't think it's useful in Strike Zone unless you know the team's using like at least 2 or 3 nades. But right now you're going to see... So SB won by 15 points, 71 to 86.
Go left of the pole or just,
go left of the pole
climb the pole.
Or jump shot him. Yeah.
But John able to pick up 1, but Study and Handsome Merc also get 2 on the flip side.
Ooh, that was a big kill.
Yeah, that was a nice one there to maintain.
Whoever this guy in B has to go big.
Control of B. I think he is able to clean it up. So John, great play.
Nothing that guy can do there. It was just basically they worked together perfectly. And
he was trying to fight the guy pushing in outside a bar and able to come around and shoot him in the back. So nice play by John. As they're now going to have AB control.
Oh
no! Okay,
you get so lucky right there.
I thought for a second it might reset, but John, great start from him. He already has 2 caps and starts 5-0.
Yep. As you can see right there, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but Envy split up and they went 2 on 2, like two junk and then 2 up C steps, and that is basically why this A neutral is just random to be honest. But you don't want to split up like that ever, especially not 2 and 2. Like maybe 3 and 1 would be good going somewhere, but don't ever split up 2 and 2 on this map in general.
For those watching, Krim is dropping the knowledge. Knowledge that I will never, ever give you. I'll just read the kill feed.
The teamwork knowledge. The teamwork knowledge.
No, and that's,
I mean,
that's what's tough.
A lot of people don't talk about teamwork in COD because the kill times are so quick.
Well, yeah, you know, you think of like Halo, there's a lot of team shooting. Here it's more of team movement, kind of team positioning.
Exactly.
And you know, it's hard, especially as casters. We don't play obviously as much as you guys. You have a huge kill. Well, Stain gets a 2-piece. Spacely also gets one, so 3 down for Envy. It's kind of hard to keep up with it. The game's so fast-paced, and if you're not playing it all the time, that's why it's fun to cast with you guys. You understand the movements and rotations a lot better than we ever will. 45 seconds. They're what? The combined score, they're up 21 right now with 40 to go. This one's all but over.
Yep. It's not looking good for Envy right now. They definitely, they've lost.
Yeah,
it's over.
That's it.
Yeah.
Spacely last alive. Three down for SB. Well, big 3-piece there by Merc, and the entire team of SB is crushed. Unfortunately, it's too little too late, as the first game is going to go to the members of SB. And I mean, they're looking strong. They just seem to be a step ahead. Oh yeah, John, 19-11. That's what I said. Like, I feel, you know, Scott and I obviously came in kind of during Black Ops 2. We got into the COD scene late, and John was, you know, a bigger name for us then. But I just feel like you haven't heard about him a ton in Ghost.
Yeah, I think he took a break. I think he took a little bit of a break. I know he didn't take it as serious as he took Black Ops 2. It wasn't like a team factor because he honestly could have been on any team. As you can see, like, he got on SB. He went from being on like no team whatsoever.
Yeah, he wasn't anything for how long?
All right, so in that game number 1 against Envy, they come in hot. They're able to take the game. John drops 38 kills on Strike Zone. The rest of the team going basically even. And if you look at the COD Online League, of course, they had success on land. In the Online League, they're only 15 wins to 31 losses in domination game modes. How do you think this team stacks up in that game mode?
Well, if you look at the rest of the stats as well, domination is actually their worst game type. So it's something they got to work on. But their best game mode is search and destroy. Now, it's going to be a little weird because these are all the stats with methods, of course. They're going to be playing with Fizzerp. We all know Fizzerp for his search and destroy ability, but he's also a very creative player. Now, when you add the most versatile player in the game to your team, theoretically, you should get better. So we're going to see how Fizzerp, if he could add something, because you could clearly see by that scoreboard, Strictly Business needs some help in the slaying department.
And is that a role that, because we saw John do it, and we know he can do it, but when we see them face off at the X Games, the whole team's got to be slaying.
Yeah.
They got to be like evil geniuses here. Who is it in your mind that can actually step up in the respawn game modes like Domination to improve upon their already terrible record?
Well, if you look at Spacely's stats and if you look at Fizzerp's stats from their online league, they both kind of average the same amount of captures. So they're both playing the objective role for domination at least. So I'm going to be looking at John and Stainville. Stainville is going to be in charge of controlling one side of the map, controlling the main power positions as well. And then I would just have John, Fizzerp, and Spacely just run at the other team with submachine guns. We all seen the damage they could do, so if they're constantly aggressive on the other team, that takes a lot of pressure off of Stainville, and then Stainville could then do his job better.
Well, John had a big game 1. You saw Strictly Business take game 1 away from Envy. They're going up 2-0 possibly if they can get a win in Search and Destroy. Here's a quick peek at what went down at UGC Niagara. Strictly Business versus Envy, Search and Destroy.
Like to say the least, it's really good.
Yeah, you'll really only see it for the most part in S&D. Every now and then somebody will bust it out in a respawn. But for the most part, you know, Killer loves to bust that damn thing out here.
Oh, that was a huge kill right there.
Yeah, Stain goes down.
They're going to get that trade.
Spacely able to get Parasite, but yeah, trade there. So we're going to have a 3v3.
See, whenever a team goes A, I'm the one usually playing research or A or whatever, and the rest of my 3 teammates go control. But what you really want to do is just stall as long as possible, and whatever happens, do not die. Like if they're planting the bomb, and you know.
Oh wow! Disgusting 2-piece there out of Spacely. He gets the guy in research, and then to his left, just a really nice play out of him there. Leave a nice all MLG play.
And then we beat him in an S&D. I was proud about that.
You did. I think you were the first. No, FaZe Black might have been the first, and you guys beat him the following day or something. I know they lost back-to-back days, but they have looked very good. So we're on board here with Parasite, who is by A. He is the bomb carrier. He gets a big kill there on Stain, but he is taken out with the grenade of, what was that? It was Methods.
Oh, Nameless. Oh, I think they saw each other.
Yeah, he got eyes on him.
That. Yeah.
Nice kill by Nameless.
2-1-2 right now. That was interesting. If you guys saw that, SB decided to send 2 people A off defense, which is really risky, to be honest, because unless you know the other team is going A for sure, sending 2 people A is gonna like basically give them B control.
Yeah, and
that's just Sovereign. Like you have to just risk the plant sites and stuff. But A is always easier to retake.
Oh my, big win there by Methods in the 1v1. He takes out Study.
So as you can see, so Envy's not going to send anyone A. they played this. They're gonna get fortunate like this. You know, they're playing B pretty well. There's a guy B Dom. This guy, oh, he's trapped. This guy Caution probably just in the season, but he let him run away. That could have been a kill right there, but whoever that was, underground. Pops is staying alive.
Yeah, nothing going yet, and we see Spacely in here with the Bulldog. I think he's gonna try and get the
he backed
plant.
up. That's 2 dead.
Yeah, they're in complete
John
control.
got that too.
No one in position here. I was just trying to stand with the bomb carrier. Yes, John comes up huge. But yeah, easy plant. They have a 2-man advantage. It should be a pretty easy finish. The Bulldog, not enough range. As Nameless is able to get 1 kill, able to get another. There's only going to be 2 left
Big play from Nameless.
2v2, yes.
Oh,
no way. No way.
Do it. Oh. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. He was going to die anyway.
Yeah, he was in trouble, but that still would have been filthy from Nameless. He would have picked up 3 in the span of about 5 seconds there as he tried to even.
As you guys can see right there, even if Nameless won that gunfight, he was going to die. The guy was going to shoot him in his back. He definitely. There you
nice
go.
shot there by Study.
That
and that's going to be a huge. That's why I like him so much in these S&Ds, because he gives him the advantage. But just like that, Parasite gets taken out as well, so the advantage is gone.
All right, now, Revan, let's pause the game right here for a minute. As we pause it, it was 4-3, but we'll bring that screen back up if you can. Methods started off so strong. They go up 4 rounds, and then Strictly Business starts to fall apart. What's happening in that search and destroy? What happened at UGC Niagara? And for a team to go up 4-0, what must go wrong for them to just spiral out of control?
Well, you also have to take into account they won that first match. So going into the initial rounds of search and destroy, momentum is in their favor. So first few rounds, they're riding that momentum, and you see them. They're confident in their gun skill. They're challenging these fights, and they're winning them. So that momentum just keeps rising. Then they start to lose a round. Okay, momentum goes down. Then they lose another round. Momentum goes down. And you also have to note, these guys are young, so they might get flustered a little bit during the game. So I think that's might have went wrong, a combination of losing momentum as well as maybe doing the same strategy over and over that may have just not been working.
Now, taking a look at the scoreboard, this is still Strictly Business's game to lose. 4-3, they have the lead. Taking a look at the stats, Methods, the player who will not be at the X Games, obviously doing the best. You got Spacely pulling his weight, 2 big plants down, so getting 4 kills with 2 plants, pretty solid stuff. John, slightly better than even. Stainville struggling. On the other side, you really just have 2 players that are causing you problems. That's Nameless and Parasite constantly in the action. Let's take a look at the remainder of some of the highlights from the end of game number 2. And keep an eye on that stats board for the end of the game. Again, Methods 8-3, 4-5 for Spacely, 6-5 for John, Stain 2-6.
He definitely.
Nice shot there by Study.
That
and that's going to be a huge. That's why I like him so much in these S&Ds, because he gives him the advantage. But just like that, Parasite gets taken out as well, so the advantage is gone.
Yeah, completely. Someone just got a huge two-piece.
Yep, Spacely last alive, and he.
Oh!
The Bulldog's got some range apparently.
I mean, yeah. See, the thing is, Spacely actually should have got that kill because the pistol's just so. Usually pistols are good in Call of Duty, but I think they changed their ways in this one because the pistols are terrible.
Every now and then you see somebody, like, Clay likes to use them sometimes it's Sovereign. See, who is it that's right outside the window, I believe? That is Parasite. So he's going to be the one to try and get a stop on this bomb if he works the plant. As of now, he's just kind of checking underneath here. Let's
stay on board with Spacely because, honestly, I think that if they don't get this bomb down, this shotgun it's going to screw them over. And right now, it's bomb dead.
Yep,
this guy's going to run away. Good. That's an experienced play right there. Parasite could have stayed there and challenged more guys, but he runs away. Stays alive. That play's huge. Stain, last guy alive. He's got an AR. Bomb's down, though.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's the one member for the team really, really struggling right now. He is at 2-7. He's got to take on Merc and Parasite. Merc's still on that 5-kill streak. And just looking at him, he's pinched here.
Yep. 5 in a row for Envy. 5 in a row.
Wow, that would be ridiculous. SB going up 4-0. If they peel off 6 here and come back, I mean, that's kind of a testament to how we talked about before this match started.
Like, that's a random play out of Merc right there, just backing up for no reason.
It worked out for Envy, and as we go into the 10th round, with Envy being on offense,
Merc is on a
Study isn't running.
I got Nameless taking him out.
I'm going to go with Merc. He is on 5. This is about to be
they might win 6 in a row.
He's trying to wallbang. You're not able to get it, but they are up.
Yeah, they're going to do it right here. He's going to get that kill. It's fine if this guy dies. He's top. So, yep. That's basically,
of course, Stains on the sniper.
Envy's going to win 6 in a row.
Yeah, I thought Merc was going to get eyes on right as I switched. He does get lit up by Merc, and Merc ends on a 6-0 streak. Nameless at 2, Parasite.
All right, so here is a look at the stats at the end of it. 6 straight rounds for Envy. You can see Methods continue to stay positive at 9-6. John, instead of being +1, -1 to end. Spacely, -2. But Stainville, 2-9 on the game. And of course, this is just one small example from the numerous games they have. But overall, when it comes to Search and Destroy, this team, not the best record in any of the game modes. S&D, if you look at their KD, just a .92. That puts them 11th out of 12 teams.
Yeah, also speaking a bit more about Stainville at the Niagara Land, even though this is a small sample size, but at that event, he had a .53 KD ratio on Search and Destroy.
So really struggling in S&D. Now, Methods was obviously their lead slayer in that one. Spacely's taking the bomb every round on the attack. What are the other guys doing? And without Methods, now Fizzerp in, what do you expect to see in Search and Destroy from this crew?
Well, Fizzerp, just from watching his stream from time to time, I know that he loves those smoke grenades, and I'm a huge fan of smoke grenades as well, being also a Counter-Strike fan. So I'm looking for Fizzerp to, add a bit more aggression to this team. They're going to be pushing through those smokes. They're going to be running double smoke and incog, and hopefully we'll see some new strategy from them because I love Fizzerp and his creativity.
And that was kind of something we saw play out in that Sovereign Tom. You saw 4 guys up for SB, or 3 guys up. They're all in the control room. No one watching the flank. Parasite comes in behind them, causing a ruckus. So I think playing fast is going to be key for them. Keeping their opponents on their toes is going to be key for them, but awareness is going to be a big key for me. Do these guys, are they able to get it together and lock it down? Strictly business. This is a good crew. This is a team, once again, they have never finished outside of the top 8 in any LAN tournament they have played in. This new roster has only played in 1 tournament at UGC Niagara, but they got 6th place there. So if you're looking at Search and Destroy, their best game mode, and they're not looking super stellar in this one, Revan, what does Fizzerp need to bring to this team to turn things around and help these guys get out of their group? Because they're playing in a very stacked group.
So one distinctive trait that Fizzerp has in Search and Destroy is that he's very decisive. He knows early on in the game, early on in the round, what he wants to do. So if he's able to communicate to the rest of the squad, they know kind of how to play around Fizzerp. One thing that you always watch Fizzerp play, he's a playmaker, man. You put him in a 1v3, a 1v2, you know that he has the potential to turn that into a round win. So if they're able to just adapt to Fizzerp's playstyle, I think Strictly Business could turn it around in Search and Destroy.
All right, so we'll see what they can do. Later on, I want to ask the hard questions. We're going to have Stainville joining the show. We'll talk to him about his experience at Niagara and what they've been doing to change things since then. First, guys, we have a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to ask Revan the hard questions. Who's the best? Who's the worst on the team? Who's the X factor to look out for and his player to watch at the X Games? We'll be right back.